Fifth Avenue. Saks, in my opinion, this year has definitely thrown down the holiday gauntlet. They have not only incorporated all 30 windows of their storefront into their holiday theme, but the building itself, their flagship on Fifth Avenue, has turned itself into the Winter Palace. You can actually probably YouTube Winter Palace Saks Fifth Avenue and watch the entire video of a over 250,000 light spectacle show that goes on starting at 4:30 for 4 minutes every 10 minutes.
And Jolene, you were invited to the launch, I guess, of the holiday.
Yeah, I was there.
So
it was
what was the
dazzling.
atmosphere like?
The atmosphere was so festive. It was really fun. They shut down Fifth Avenue. They had the Oratorio Choir of New York City. 250 of their members came out and sang a really beautiful rendition of Carol of the Bells. To which the music and light show was timed. So everything that you were hearing was completely synced to the actual light show. It was a fireworks spectacle. It was absolutely stunning and dazzling, and bar none, the coolest thing I've seen in terms of holiday launches in years.
How long was the show, if you don't mind asking?
The show itself, the presentation was about 30 minutes.
Okay.
The show itself from start to finish was probably a little over 15. So we're talking, fireworks, lights, singing, the whole shebang, all along Fifth Avenue, which was closed down directly in front of Rockefeller Center. So it felt so magical. It was absolutely beautiful. And this year, their theme is the 7 wonders of the world. So the 7th wonder is the actual building itself, the Winter Palace. And the first are one of our windows right here. This is the Great Barrier Reef. I love this theme because the 7 wonders of the world is always, sort of beautiful. You get to showcase different parts of the world, different cultures, different fashions, and I think they've done it so beautifully here. In this case, our 7 wonders have gotten their winter makeover, so everything is iced up, right? So our Great Barrier Reef down in Australia, beautiful sort of glass coral that goes back and forth on these casters to sort of give it that sort of oceany kind of wavy effect, and our mermaid is sort of floating through the water. Our second window is the Wintry Great Wall of China. So we go all the way from the coast of Queensland, Australia, all the way over east to Yangon, China. The Great Wall spans about 13,000 miles, so this is their very small replica of it. In this case, it's sort of supposed to be playfully a place where you could go sledding and skiing, right? Lots of terrain to cover, and it was built in the Ming Dynasty, so we have these beautiful mannequins completely decked out in culturally appropriate garb, right? So here we have a sort of empress of China.
I love the cloud effect. I mean, just everything is just beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice. They're all sort of floating on clouds, like overlooking the land. And then we move on over to India, where we have the largest mausoleum ever built out of marble. Our beautiful Taj Mahal has these beautiful sort of disco balls that spin around. So it's turned into a mausoleum, into sort of a party space. Yeah, so it's a very palatial party, right? And directly floating above, we have our Maharini, or our Indian princess. And next we move on over to Africa to go to Giza, the pyramids of Giza, easily one of the most visited of our 7 wonders of the world. Instead of making separate pyramids, they very smartly put the Sphinx inside of a pyramid, and the pyramid opens about every 5 seconds to reveal that beautiful Sphinx, in this case nice and icy, and floating directly above we have a Pharaoh. I'm not sure if it's Nefertiti or if it's Cleopatra, but definitely one of the royals, right?
It is. And what I like too is the motion effect, because it does draw you to stay a little bit longer than if it was a static display and you saw it and wanted to move on. Here you're waiting to see what happens and what's going to either pop up or be exposed, or the waving effect. So all of this is just phenomenal in terms of engaging with the audience and the people as they're walking by.
And then we end with Paris, our beautiful Eiffel Tower. This Eiffel Tower actually is set on a turntable that spins 360 degrees. So again, keeping with that kind of interactive idea. And our Eiffel Tower also lights up just like the real Eiffel Tower does. For 5 minutes every hour, the Eiffel Tower has this beautiful light spectacle. If you've ever been to Paris and seen it, that has, I think it incorporates something like 30,000 different LED light bulbs that sparkle, right? So our little miniature version does the same exact thing, which is really smart and festive. And at the bottom, this is brought to you by MasterCard is the sponsor this year. They actually have the hashtag Pray for Paris, which is a nice, I think, beautiful touch to showing solidarity for what happened a couple weeks ago. And then we end with the ice-cold Colosseum. So we go from Paris all the way over to Rome, Italy, and our beautiful gladiator sort of up top. The Colosseum, of course, was generally a place where slaves would sort of fight to the death for the entertainment of the rich. So kind of a dark history, but it's gotten a really sort of beautiful icy makeover. And I love the gladiator up top. And I like that the idea.
That's a very powerful, strong pose.
Yeah, absolutely. She's a warrior, right? So it's very sort of alpha. I love it. And just to showcase, so we have our 6 wonders of the world. Our 7th is the actual building itself. But just to show that the actual building, all 30 of the windows are incorporated, they've created the rooms of the Winter Palace. So this is where Saks definitely has the leg up on elegance and couture, all these beautiful gowns brought to you by lots of different designers, and our palace has gotten its sort of icy makeover